This is Merit Trainboy speaking here, and this video is about a warning about the connectors, which are some of the Tomy and Trackmaster tender engines like these. And of course these are the oldest style Trackmaster engines by Trackmaster Fisher-Price. And the reason why this is a video is because the connectors which are on these tender engines which have their tenders connected could break easily. Well, almost, not all the time. And this is what I'm going to be explaining about. As we take a look at this James here, this is the previous James from 2010. You see here, this part right here, you see here, which is connected from the tender to the engine. This connection had suddenly broke, and it's because this part was, the connector was too flangy, too thick, I meant to say. It was because the material that it's made out of. And as we could see here, the wires are not strong enough, and it's because if you were pulling between the tender and the engine, the wires would break off from the motor or inside the tender, and that wouldn't be good. And it's because this connector was way too thick, so you have to be very careful if you got a Trackmaster train like this, that has that same kind of material, this really thick material. But since, of course, the wires are then broke on this one, so they're okay. So you had to be very careful if this kind of connector is made out of this kind of thick material. But as we take a look at the other one on Henry, this one right here that I'm saying here, you can see here that this kind of connection is really strong on right here. And of course the wires which are connected from inside the tender to the motor won't have to do the job. And you can see here, I could hardly break the connector which is attached to the engine and the tender. And since it was keeping the wires in place, they're still alright. And soon there'll be a video that'll be about how to change the connectors on these sort of tender engines which have their tenders attached to them. And this is a warning about the connectors on these kinds of tender engines, because some of them are strong and others are weak. And what I'm saying here is that some of them will work good and others will work bad. And this is a video, like I said, about the connectors. And thanks for listening, and thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.